Velociraptors are known to be one of the most intelligent and yet cunning types of predators. They're dinosaurs that are named after birds of prey, although it's likely never discussed why they were based off birds because most dinosaurs are usually based off lizards because due to the fact that lizards are known for their reptilian body styles, and from what I can tell, one of the velociraptors in the Jurassic franchise that I loved the most was Blue. And from what I can tell, why do I think Blue is the best velociraptor to known as a character? Well, today I'm going to find out why. And I'm gonna explain to you why Blue is my favorite velociraptor. So let's talk about Blue. Blue's name is actually based on the same color as the scales on top of her head, all the way reaching up to her tail. It's basically an obvious reason that Blue is the only velociraptor being named after the same color as the one seen on her back. Unlike her sisters, Charlie, Delta, and Echo, their colors are a lot dim and a lot different compared to what Blue has. So, Blue's gender is not actually male. She's a female velociraptor known for her cunning overprotectiveness, but even for so, velociraptors are known to be very vicious and tend to be very aggressive in case someone invades their territory by accident. Although Blue can sometimes be aggressive, she sometimes forgets who was actually in front of her. There was this one instant where a guy falls into the raptor cage in 2015's Jurassic World, and turns out the velociraptors tend to attack him, but Chris Pratt holds out his hand, forcing the velociraptors to think twice before attacking. The same thing even happens with Darius and Kenji after falling into the raptor paddock after mistakenly think that there was something else. Velociraptors are known for their intelligence, and they can obviously obey who is their master, and based on how their master is able to control them and learn how to obey their commands. Although among things, Blue may be the only velociraptor who is known to be friends with Owen and either Kenji, even Darius. Although some people may understand that the fact that Darius might have known Owen Grady because it likely been the fact that Camp Cretaceous Jurassic World actually took place in 2015's Jurassic World movie. Although it's unexplicitly explained whether or not the incident of the movie actually would later set on in the TV series in Netflix. What I obviously understand about Blue is that Blue is pretty much understandable, although despite being a velociraptor, I feel very sorry for her. After the Indominus Rex killed Charlie, Delta, and Echo due to, you know, controlling them over the fact that Owen was really the beta and she could have done so much better. Blue didn't deserve this. And from what I can tell, she's the only velociraptor to have asexual reproduction, likely causing her offspring daughter, known as Beta, to be born in Jurassic World Dominion. So I obviously have one theory in mind that no one ever expected. How come Blue did not return in Jurassic World Rebirth when it should have happened? Well, the answer is Blue never actually wanted to go back for more fights. So she decides to retire, give up her fights with Owen, and decides to live a normal life with Beta. This may likely be the fact that Beta and Blue must have moved someplace far away from all the chaos and the drama after all of these years. And it's unknown whether or not she and Beta moved away, they grew elderly, or moved away with other dinosaurs, but it could likely possibly be that Owen and Bloom must have had connections to each other in Dominion after a long period of time. So, Following the years of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and Dominion in between, Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous released on Netflix on 2015, the day after Jurassic World took over the Jurassic Park franchise. So we later get to see Blue in some major episodes, but she's never seen again. But it's only mentioned by Kenchi that she is one of the most cunning velociraptors, known to hunt and practically be calculative. What I obviously found about Blue is that she may be a velociraptor to everyone. She might have scared everyone because she might attack anyone, but I wouldn't even be afraid of her because she sometimes is very nice, but sometimes I would obviously understand how to keep her priorities. Blue is definitely my favorite velociraptor in Jurassic World, and I can understand why. So technically, Blue is a velociraptor combined with the DNA of a black-throated monitor lizard. This may likely be the fact that throated monolated lizards can likely be bearing a baby without a mate. This may likely be the fact that Blue is the only velociraptor to have asexual reproduction. Although it's unknown whether or not we get to see Blue in Jurassic World Rebirth, but it's never officially confirmed whether or she's not going to return after all these years for the drama and sake of her baby being kidnapped for the first time in Dominion. I can obviously why and understand why she would have gone that far, but who knows? Do you really think that Blue should be back after all of these years in hiding and taking care of her daughter? Well, there might be a slight chance that we would see her in future movies, but until now, she's just living out a normal life like everyone else does after everything that she has been through. Blue has a small, soft side for us, but others don't really know why she would obviously care for you and me. But from what I can tell, Blue is definitely one of the most iconic characters in Jurassic World, known for her reliability and accountability. This may likely be an only slight chance that we ever get to see her in Dominion after Fallen Kingdom and the first Jurassic World movie. If Blue was able to return to the franchise after a long awaited year, she would likely be over 60 or 50 years old because I do not think velociraptors like Blue could handle living a life longer than anyone else can. And besides, why would you still be in the action after aging so many years and finally having your own kids in the future? Blue definitely deserved this in Dominion because she now has a daughter and now she doesn't have to worry about anything at all after what happened to her sisters. But it's likely true that Blue yet again would probably be able to return if she was allowed to. But for now, we are just gonna keep her on low profile after all the drama she has suffered through. So, we now reach to Jurassic World Dominion, and this may likely be the third and final moment that we get to see of Blue and we never see her again. Well, maybe in a few more years we would likely see Blue as a much more elderly grown up velociraptor because I don't know how old Blue is going to be in a future sequel or a spin-off movie of her own, but it's likely gonna have to wait for a long day. Blue has met her days as the very first rookie of a velociraptor and no one knows why. She maybe have gone through a lot of things, but she has never gone up to be the least. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. Make sure that you go comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell for more videos.